All right, a little walk through the garden. I want to encourage everybody to work and walk towards self sufficiency. It's so important that we walk down that road, that we start walking towards that, taking some big steps. This old world is in all sorts of trouble. I don't know where you live. I don't know if you're blind. I don't know if your head is in the sand, friends. But you better strike while the iron's hot. You better get something done now. You better move, move, move. If you're going to sell your house, do it now. We're looking at beans here. These are pole beans. If you're going to sell your house, do it now. If you're going to move, do it now. Make some moves now. Now's the time. Now is the time to move. Now is the time to take some steps and walk and work towards a more self reliant, self sufficient lifestyle. Anyway, hey, we live in strange times. We live in very strange times. All right, so we got pole beans, bush beans. They're doing excellent. Doing excellent. Hey, learn how to grow your food. Learn how to grow that food. Look at those wildflowers. Lamb's quarter, wild spinach. Tomatoes coming out here and there. Doing so good. Doing so good. Spinach still coming up. These are all beans here. Doing awesome. I'm going to tell you, if I had to have a survival garden, if something happened, I had to put a seed in the ground quick. I think of course, your leafy vegetables would be the first thing to be put in the ground because they pop up very, very early, very quick. And they not only pop up quick, but what pops up is edible. You know, it's not like you're waiting for the fruit or waiting for the vegetable. It's edible, leafy, edible. Um, Something's wrong with the kitten over there. She's sick. So the beans would be one because they produce so much. Okra would be another because it produces so much, and the leaves are edible. And the flowers are edible. Radishes would be another because you can eat the tops and they produce quick. And of course, potatoes would be one as well because it produces so much and there's so many carbohydrates. Anyway, squash is doing good. Squash is doing good. Now listen, your garden doesn't have to be beautiful. It's okay to let some weeds grow. I mean, these weeds are edible. Most of these weeds you see in here are edible. You got rabbit tobacco and lamb's quarter in here, mock strawberry, and some of these weeds are nitrogen fixers. And they help keep the soil moist and that sort of thing. You just don't want them choking. There's some nutsedge. You just don't want them choking out your plants. Doing good. Look at the cantaloupe. A couple of more over that way. So everything's doing good. The carrots are doing amazing. Now it's not beautiful. It's not beautiful. It's not well manicured. But it's going to produce as good, if not better, than a well manicured garden. I ain't worried about looks here. It's just not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about production. And the least amount of maintenance as possible. I have a job. I have to work. So I don't want to be out here weeding in the 93-degree weather when I get home after working all day in the 93-degree weather. So get you some nitrogen fixers in your garden. Get you some shaders, what I call shaders. Like I got a lot of stuff here that is producing shade, making shade, we should say. Anyway, so you see that butternut squash down in there. Butternut squash doing awesome. Oh, the tomatoes are starting to turn red. The cat is sick. I don't know. We're not sure what is wrong with him. I said her, but it's a him. Oh boy, I don't know. Butternut squash growing along the pond. See, and it's doing two things. It's producing food, and it's these huge leaves are giving shade to the bluegill in the pond. Basils, same thing. We've got sugar pod peas that are very edible. I've ate tons of those, but they also are producing a little bit of shade for the pond, but they're also a nitrogen fixer. So they're helping the massive jumbo Russian sunflowers. They're helping them. They're helping the basil, the rosemary, poblano peppers, some other kind of pepper, raspberry. What else do we have here? Lamb's quarter, cherry tomato, lavender. We've got cucumber here, doing good. Goji berry, American beauty berry. Everything's edible. Sunflower, a garden of sunflowers. Millet and all sorts of stuff. Cantaloupe or cucumber crawling up here. Craziness. And all this mess here is from the bird feeder. Okay, just cucumber everywhere. What else do we have here? Blue violet down in there. More cucumber with Oregon grape, cherry tomatoes mixed in. The lemon balm, I gotta water that. That's looking rough. Cherry tomatoes. Well, it looks like a cantaloupe. No, it's a cucumber. Yeah, cucumber growing into the pond there. Same over here. We're gonna have cucumbers everywhere. A ragweed. And then we got, that's either thorny olive or silver thorn. They're kind of the same in the autumn olive family. Anyway, all sorts of stuff growing along the pond, all edible. Hey, produce food, practice, 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 practice. Produce that food. All right, arugula is going to seed, and so is the radish. That is a good thing for me because I do want those seeds. I do want those seeds. All right. Mass production. Hey, I want to encourage you. Grow some food. There's nothing wrong with growing food. That is a good thing. It's a learning experience for sure. Curly Dock seed. I will be placing those seeds up in Tennessee. We got the flowering quince. It produces a nice little fruit. We got the sweet tea olive. It produces an edible berry. Gardenia, edible flower. What do we have here? We've got the muscadine catbird grape. It is a native to Georgia, and this is permaculture at its finest. There's different types of permaculture. This is one, and the reason I say that is because this was a huge vine, and when I cleared out everything here, I cut it down because it was going to be in the middle of everything. Well, it kept sprouting, boom, boom, these little sprouts. You can look back in a couple of videos and see where I built this trellis, this fence, and it was just 2 months ago that I did that, and look at it now. With just these little sprouts poking up, it took off. That's permaculture at its finest, where you take a native plant, something that belongs there, and you nurture it and clear the way for it to grow just a little bit, help it along, and this is what you get: massive food production. We even got something growing up through here. I don't know what this is. It looks like some type of, I don't know, maybe it's a butternut squash. Anyway, let's see. Let's go over here and check it out. Okay, so The wife has been through here and harvested stuff, so we don't have really any veggies in here, but look at it. It is full of squashes. They're even growing on the muscadines. So we've got acorn and butternut squash. There might be a zucchini in here. There is crooked neck. And then there is pumpkin. And what else do we have? Anyway, cantaloupe. There's cantaloupe in here as well. And the bees are going nuts. We got honeybees all throughout here. Look, there's Mr. Honeybee down there. He's getting him some nectar or whatever. So we got honeybees and bumblebees flying all throughout here. Awesomeness. Love to see those bees. Now look at this. What in the world? I don't even know what it is. Butternut, maybe. I won't know till I see some fruit. It's huge. That's for sure. Anyway, food production. See it just crawling up everywhere. See, and it doesn't have to be beautiful. I mean, I got weeds growing in here, mock strawberry and all sorts of stuff growing in here, horse nettle, which is poisonous, but mock strawberry, a little bit of morning glory growing in here, and that's fine. Let it grow. It ain't going to hurt anything. The morning glory flowers are beautiful. So it's not going to hurt anything, so let it go. Let it produce. You don't have to have beauty. If you want it, get it. Beautify the garden. But if you don't have time, you're like me. You're more of a permaculture type person. You like wild edibles. You like to eat wild edibles. Then let them grow and harvest them just like you would your veggies. See, here's your little morning glory right here. Beautiful, man. The morning glory flowers are just gorgeous. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I love flowers. Yes, I know it's quite delicate, but I still love flowers. That's the softer side. Look at the huge sunflowers. I can't wait to see those flowers. Massive. Poor kitten. I don't know, friends. Anyway, produce. Carrots. Anyway, today is a work day. It is July the 3rd, and it is a Friday, but it is a work day for us. We've got to get to work today. It's not even 8 o'clock. We're gonna work today. We're not gonna kill ourselves. It'll be most of the day. It'll be most of the day, but it won't be a full day. Man, that butternut squash is just everywhere. There, got a couple over here, and we're gonna try some butternut curry squash and see how that does. I do believe I'll love that. Anyway, produce food, friends. Produce food. We'll see you.